Watching content is making you poor and retarded. And within 5 minutes, I'm going to explain exactly why. So if you look at it logically, right? If you're someone watching this video, you definitely don't watch brain rot, and that's good. Because there's a reason why we call brain rot. It rots your brain and makes you poor and retarded. But think about it logically, right? Just because you don't watch brain rot doesn't mean your algorithm isn't filled with shit. Because right now, if you're on social media, you see TGR popping off for trading, you see Samuel O'Neill popping off in ecom, and you probably see Shelby Sapp popping off with high ticket closing. All of these people, what they're doing is making either formal or informal VSLs. And that's called a video sales letter. Its design is to literally get you to buy their course. Whether they do it formally or informally just depends on the video. So that comes down to either long form content, short form, or even story-based content. So what you'll see is like a long form, you'll see a vlog, like a lifestyle vlog. Short form, you'll see quick highlight reels of like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, shit like that. Stories, you'll see client W's to make it real for you. Now, all this stuff is inherently good. But the problem for you is that your whole algorithm is filled with different fucking business models. So I look at it this way, right? I'm in e-commerce and I just scaled my dropshipping store to 10K in revenue. Big problem though. I did not make a single dollar in profit. I actually lost money. I lost $185, right? So there's a preconceived notion with e-commerce about how the margins are not good. And what we're shooting for is 20%, 25% margins usually. That's like pretty decent profit. Now, where the problem is that when I scaled my store to 10K and I realized I only lost money on it, I would go back to content, right? I would go back to the algorithms, either short form, long form, or even stories to just watch different shit. But since my algorithm is filled with fucking slop of a bunch of different business models being sold to me constantly, I would start to doubt e-commerce. It's not good because every single business model works. High ticket closing, e-com, trading, AI, it doesn't matter, personal branding, all this shit works. But it doesn't work if you quit too soon. And that's where you revert to the depth of understanding. This part is incredibly crucial because everyone starts a business model. That's the easiest thing to do. But the harder thing to do is stick to it when shit gets difficult or when you see the results that you don't necessarily want to see. For me, I just wanted to make a profit. I didn't make a profit. Dude, all of the money, it's not found in the shallow end. Absolutely not. It's found in the deep end. Your depth of understanding is super important. That's the difference maker between making money and not making money. It's never the business model. It's always your skill set. So what'll happen is, at this point, I would reach like right here, right? I'd say 10K in revenue. Like there's a lot of drop shippers or e-commerce people that start and they don't do 10K in revenue, right? The reason for that is because they probably quit up here. But for me, it's like, all right, I made it to a certain depth of my understanding of e-commerce, but I could have easily, especially if I was someone who like was just saw no long-term vision, I could have easily went back to content and started watching either high ticket closing videos or TGR popping off with trading and been like, damn, maybe I should be a high ticket closer or maybe I should be a trader. Now, here's the thing, bro. Again, this would be an example of me blaming the business model rather than my skill set. And I would get sold by either a long form VSL, a short form VSL, or story content, making it seem like a different business model out there is inherently better than e-commerce. When in reality, it's not the business model, it's your skill set. It is literally your depth of understanding. Because no business model is perfect. Everything has margins. Trading, right? They take 50% on a funded account. They take 50% of your earnings. And same thing with high ticket closing. You're only making about 10 to 14% commission. So you close a 4K deal, it's like $400 right there. And that's good. That's a good ratio for sure. You got to take a lot of sales calls to really crack a lot of money though, right? So again, each business model has its pros, has its cons. It just comes down to picking one that's actually going to be suited for you. But again, you're never going to actually pick one though if you keep going back to the algorithm and watching different content. Because the more VSLs you watch, the more times you get sold on a different business model, the higher chance you have of being poor and retarded. Because everyone is showing off the lifestyle. The lifestyle is what sells, but the work doesn't. In high ticket closing, we always talk about sell the vacation and not TSA. No one gives a fuck about TSA. They just want the beautiful vacation in Italy, Greece, France, whatever. That same methodology is being sold to you on every single algorithm. And that's not bad. What is bad is you constantly being sold. So the best piece of advice you can possibly take is pick one thing, dominate it, and then you'll make your money. Until you see yourself in the identity as the profitable trader or the millionaire e-commerce expert or even the billion-dollar high-ticket closer running an agency, until you have that identity for yourself, you're never going to make the money. You have to see yourself, commit to it, and then that's when everything starts to change. That all comes down to understanding the most important part, though, and that truly is your depth of understanding. The money is not made in the beginning. It's certainly not made when shit hits the fan. It's made once you stick to it long enough to actually see the results you want, which are money, is money.